So over the past month, Simply Nailogical has caused an absolute frenzy when she revisited an old trend with Polishmountain. This has gone absolutely insane and has hit over 13 million views. If you haven't heard of it, who are you and where have you been? It's been in Cosmopolitan, Pop Sugar, it's even been on the news and started people posting about it absolutely everywhere. Well, Cristine, I'm going to accept your challenge, but I'm going to add a twist. Make sure you stay tuned right to the very end to see the gory finale of what actually happens when you reach the top of Polishmountain. I'm going to attempt to do this like normal, and after cleansing and filing your nails, you're ready to start, but you will have to excuse my right hand. It's not been done for 4 weeks, so go away, ugly nails. Go away. I'm starting with a peel-off base coat, but if you watch to the end, I don't really know why I actually bothered. It's coat number 1 and the force is strong. I thought I'd start playful and use my confetti polishes. Continuing with coat number 2, still feeling really positive. Coat number 3, I realised it was a mistake to use a confetti polish underneath. I thought I'd try and be clever and speed up the process and do it in a couple of hours by using a drying spray, but that was an ultimate fail and it just soaked my nails and I had to wait for that to dry. By coat 10, I realised I was going to be here for a number of hours, but it's not looking that bad considering it's 10 coats of polish. I could totally get away with that. By coat 14, I was really regretting that large cup of tea I had before I started. I really should have thought this through and put on sweatpants instead of jeans. I was starting to regret ever beginning this. Also, I really shouldn't have started with red, but that was at the bottom of my polish rack, and you'll see why at the end. At this point, it'd taken me 1 hour to get to this stage. I knew it was going to be at least 5 hours just to get to 100 coats. At coat 25, I realised I was starting to get this quite pretty sort of rainbow graduated effect, so I decided to go with that and do something a little bit different. And of course, don't forget to cap those ends. After coat 27, I went and made another cup of tea and grabbed some M&Ms from the fridge because I was getting hungry and it had taken me 1.5 hours to get to this stage. And still, I keep going. I thought I'd be clever and show you a side view. Big mistake. Huge. Because my polish shelves go in graduating colour order, it meant that if I followed them, I would get nice rainbow nails. And at 2.5 hours in, I am only halfway. And you really think that I'd learned my lesson from last time, wouldn't you? But nope. At the moment it's more of a hill than a mountain, but we're getting there. After coat 80, I had to go and make dinner for hubby and the kids and made the mistake of touching tin foil with the nails and then had to try and save them. These are not practical for family living. I'll admit that I'm really liking the side view though. It reminds me of a sort of My Little Pony Rainbow Dash sedimentary rock. And now I sound like a total geek. The closer I get to 100 coats, the more these are starting to look like that hideous trend of bubble nails. And it's taken 4.5 hours to get to this stage. I'm about to hit 100 coats. The end is in sight. As I ran out of space, I decided it was time to reach an end and finish with a lovely bit of holo and some black. And then of course, it's very important to top coat, and we are 5.5 hours in of painting nails. And don't they look beautiful? No, they don't. They look hideous. I know that they look hideous. It looks like some weird rainbow alien growth on my nails. But it's kind of addictive to look at. It's almost hypnotic. But in true me style, I didn't want to end it here. I decided to push the barrier a little bit further, and let's watermarble over the top of them. So I applied my liquid latex and went quite high up the nail here. Don't know why I bothered doing this, the nails are such a mess already. Also, note to self, I should have started with a clear polish first because the black didn't spread very well and I probably would have got better coverage on the surface of the water, but by this point I was so close to jacking it in that I really didn't care. As you can probably tell at this stage, I decided that I was going to create any sort of mishmash of Watermarble design. I went against all my own usual rules from my other videos because I wanted to go downstairs, have a brandy and watch a movie. It was at this point I realised that this would be enough coverage for my normal nails, but the surface area of my nails was probably about 7 times what it would be normally, and it wasn't going to cover. But I went for it anyway, and there we go. I didn't even have to clean the surface of the water because there was no residue left behind. And don't they look perfect? I think this is probably my best work of art ever. 7.5 hours in, I'd lost the use of my hand properly and I could not seem to use this pair of tweezers for the life of me. And in true homage to Cristine, I decided to finish off this look with a lovely holo taco. Thank you, Cristine. I think I've spent 7.5 hours of my life painting polish and left myself with RSI for life. But here's the finished look. And in a really odd way, I kind of like them. But they're really not practical. And I couldn't wait to get them off because it felt like my fingers were going to drop off with the extra weight. I was also starting to feel pretty resentful towards these nails and decided that I wanted to remove them in a slightly less orthodox way, shall we say. That felt so good. And it's time to remove these fugly nails. And really this is where I shouldn't have started with the red, because once I started to scrape them off, it looked like some really gory clown horror movie, or like I'd murdered My Little Pony. Either way, I was starting to feel a little bit nauseated, to be honest with you, but I just wanted them off. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to give Cristine's channel a visit because she is the one that's brought this trend back to life. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give me a thumbs up.